Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're coming from. Arnon coming to you live here on Instagram, here on Facebook, and I'm coming to you with another Words of Wisdom with Arnon. So I'm very excited about the session today. Let's give our friends all around the world a moment to connect. Today's session, we're going to be talking about something that is so important. Let me just increase the light here. Okay, great. Today we've got a very hot topic we're going to talk about. We're going to be talking about investing, the importance of investing, and some very important things you need to understand about investing. And as always, I'm going to leave you with a book that I believe is a must read, a pearl of wisdom, if you may. That's going to help you grow your money, grow your success, grow your wealth, ultimately move you to financial freedom and help you live the lifestyle you desire and deserve. So let's say hello to a few people. Very cool. Okay, great. So like I said, today's session and what we're going to be talking about is all about the subject of investing, okay? Now, yes, Poland is in the house. Good to see you. Yeah, good to see you. Very cool. So let's talk about some very important things about investing. First of all, why is it important for you to consider yourself to be an investor? Now, there's different asset classes and there's different things you can invest in, and we'll talk about that in a moment. But why is it important for you, my friends, to consider yourself as an investor? Well, first of all, I'm going to ask you a very hard and harsh question, and that is, do you want to work your ass off 9 to 5 until you're 65? Now, if the answer is no, and I hope it is no, then you've got to consider yourself an investor. Warren Buffett said, if you don't learn how to make money while you're sleeping, you will work for the rest of your life. Okay? Now, I will work until the day I die. Make no mistake. I'll probably die on stage, teaching and training and educating and coaching business owners and business leaders as I do and have done for many years. So I will always work, but I will do something that I love, that I'm passionate about. I'll choose when I do it. You know, for example, for me, my mornings are sacred. I tend not to do things in the morning. Morning is me time. And that's the gift that I have of being financially free and, having created success and wealth in my life. Don't get me wrong. If I have to hustle in the morning, I do it. But I do it by choice. And that's one of the key things. Unless you want to be in a position where you have to work for the rest of your life to earn an income, thank you. Unless you have to work for the rest of your life to earn an income, one of the only ways that I'm aware of is to become an investor. Okay? So basically I'm saying, unless you want to stay poor or be poor, you have to consider yourself an investor. Okay? Very important. Now, let's talk about different investments. First of all, something very important that you need to know. First of all, there's two kinds of investments. There is what I call internal investments, and there are external investments. Let me explain. When I say internal investments, that is investing in yourself. By the way, what is the single most important investment you, I, or anyone can make? That is an investment in you, in yourself. Okay? So take the educational class, get the seminar, hire the coach, invest in internal education. Very important. Okay? So one of the key things is understand that there's internal investment and there's external investment. Now, I believe to become an external investor, a successful external investor, you first need to become a successful internal investor. Every time I've invested in myself, it has paid out 10 times, 20 times, 100 times over. Okay? Every time I lost money, and I've lost money in the past, trust me, I've made some terrible mistakes, is because I wasn't being coached. I didn't have a mentor. I wasn't educating myself. I didn't take the seminars. I didn't go to the courses. But as I got wiser and I got more white hair on my beard, I realized the importance of first becoming a master of internal investing before I mastered external investing. So I hope that makes sense to my friends coming to me live on Facebook and Instagram. So that's number one. You want to become an internal investor, invest in yourself, invest in your education, invest in your coaching, invest in your mindset. And then once you've done that, now you've gathered some tools. You have a power circle around you of people that can guide you, that can work with you, that can support you. Then I believe, and only then can you become a very powerful external investor. So that's the first thing. Yes, invest in me. Very good, very good. Second thing, very important when it comes to investing. Like I said, why should you invest? Well, do you want to stay poor? And I hope the answer is no. People always say to me, what is the best way to help the poor? And I always say, do not become one of them. The best way to help the poor, my friends, is not to become one of them. And so I say this with great love and compassion and kindness. But if you have the ability and you were blessed to be born geographically in a country or in a place where you have the wherewithal to do well, it is your responsibility and obligation to do well. Okay? Today I'm very blessed. I'm financially free. I've created wealth. I've invested in different kinds of asset classes, which we'll talk about in a moment, that allows me in some way, in some shape, in some form, based on my principles and my values, to give back and help others. And so that's so important. But first you have to put the mask on yourself before you want to help the world. The problem is a lot of people, I want to save the world. I want to save the world. They want to save the world, but they're coming from a place of weakness. So the secret is to first get strong, become powerful. And when you're in a place of power, then you can help as many people up to the top as possible. Hope that makes sense. So again, you want to invest, and here's the key thing. One of the things I've noticed, because a lot of my friends, most of my friends are investors, and some of them are very successful investors. Some are good investors, but some are very successful investors. One characteristic that I've noticed with rich people is that rich people are good investors. But on the flip side, something I've noticed about poor people is that poor people are complainers. So rich people are investors, poor people are complainers. And that should give you a clear distinction of understanding what to do or what to become, but more importantly, what not to become. And so just a friendly feedback. I stay away from whiners, complainers. I stay away from them. I have learned to love them from a distance. Because I don't want to surround myself with people who are whining, complaining, and bitching. I hope that makes sense to you guys. So, rich people are investors. Poor people are complainers. Choose who you surround yourself with carefully, okay? Now, another thing I want to share with you guys, third thing, very important, is first of all, you've got to understand what kind of an investor you are. Once you've invested time and energy investing internally in yourself, educating yourself, hire a coach, get someone on your team that is an investor, is creating passive income, is financially free, hire someone around you that can create the shortcut. Because unfortunately, most entrepreneurs, business owners, and business leaders think they can do it on their own. Oh, I will do it on my own. And that is a recipe for pain. Find someone who's got the results you want and then listen to them, follow to them, be objective, make your own decisions as a leader, but be open to receive what they have to share. Now, why am I sharing this with you? It's because you've got to understand once you've invested internally in yourself. And one of the key things that Socrates said, he said, know thyself. Most people don't even know who they are. Like, I know what kind of person I am. I know my strengths, but most importantly, I know my weaknesses. I know the things I like. I know the things I don't like. I know the things that give me energy and give me passion and joy. And I know the things that drain my freaking energy. And I stay away from those things. So know thyself. You need to know what kind of investor are you. For example, are you a person who is attracted to and is passionate about investing in gold and silver and metals? Maybe. Maybe you're a person who is more excited about investing in real estate, right? Investing in real estate, into property, whether it's industrial property, commercial property, residential property, it doesn't matter. Maybe real estate speaks to you, okay? Or maybe you're a different kind of investor. Like, I love buying companies. I love buying businesses. I actually buy companies today with almost none of my own money or very little of my own money. And by the way, that's one of the things I teach at my Business Owners Masterclass. So if you're an entrepreneur, a business owner, a business leader, and you want to learn how to acquire businesses, do M&A, mergers and acquisitions, right? And you want to learn how to buy other companies, maybe even your competition, your competitors, with very little or none of your own money sometimes, then I'm going to encourage you to join my Business Owners Masterclass. You can check on the links. You can find out when that's happening. But the reality is, I love buying businesses. A lot of people start a business from zero. They wait 20 years to build the business. And then they get the business after 20 years to £1 million, $1 million, or €1 million. I say, screw that. I don't want to wait 20 years to get a business to $1 million. I rather go out now, spend 6 months raising capital, putting funds together, building a team, buying a business that is already 20 years old, doing $1 million. And with my business skills, my business talents, my gifts, my superpowers, as I'm sure you all have superpowers watching this, you then use your superpowers to take the company that you bought after 6 months that's already doing $1 million, to take that company from $1 million to $2 million. And so if you want to learn how to buy companies, join me at my Business Owners Masterclass, where I also show you some incredibly simple but powerful and effective strategies to grow your business, okay? So that's the Business Owners Masterclass. So I love buying companies. For me, that's another asset. I like investing in companies. Another thing that people invest in is the stock market. You know, some people like, I'm currently looking at 5 personal stocks that I want to invest in, which I'll probably be doing this year. By the way, it's not financial advice. I'm not telling you what you should do. I'm telling you what I do. So I'm going to be investing in Amazon. I'm going to be investing in Apple. I'm going to be investing in Tesla. I'm going to be investing in Google. And I'm going to be investing in there's one more. Amazon, Tesla, Apple, Google, and there was one more. I forgot it. It will come back to me. I have it written down. The point is, you gotta think to yourself, are you a person that wants to invest in the stock market? Maybe a part of your portfolio you put into the stock market, okay? So that's important as well. Disney. The 5th one was Disney. I love Disney. Who doesn't love Disney? So I want to invest in Disney as well, right? So those are my 5. Tesla, Apple, Amazon, Google, and Disney. Okay? But that's me. Now, some people out there are excited about cryptocurrency. Okay? Plan B, ladies and gentlemen. Plan A, the financial world, Wall Street, in my opinion, has screwed up the money system. So I love cryptocurrencies. I invest in Bitcoin. I invest in Ethereum. I invest in Cardano, in Chainlink, in Polkadot, etc. But again, it's not about what you invest in. It's first of all to know what kind of an investor are you. Okay? So I hope this video helps. Now I have a book that I'm going to recommend you guys. This is a great book. It's an oldie, but it is definitely a classic. And I would recommend that every single one of you watching this live feed reads this book. The book is written by a gentleman called Robert Kiyosaki. He originally wrote the book, which got very famous, called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. But he wrote another book, and you can see mine has really been used. It is called The Cash Flow Quadrant. The Cash Flow Quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki. The Cash Flow Quadrant. And this is a great book. And he talks about how there's different ways to play the money game. You're either an employee, or you're self-employed, or you're a business owner, or an investor. So this is a really good book. Highly recommend it. Again, this is just from love. I want to serve you guys so you can take some golden nuggets out of the session. The Cash Flow Quadrant. Highly recommend the book. It's an enjoyable read. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I want to wish you all an amazing week. Start seeing yourself as an investor. Start thinking as an investor. Let's get out of the 9 to 5 until I'm 65. And even start with small steps. You know, people come to me all the time and say, Arnon, how is it possible you came from a broken family, your father left when you were young, you dropped out of school pretty much at the age of 14, you're financially free, you're actually a multi-millionaire, buying companies, training people, teaching other people to become successful and create wealth. How did you do it? How do I start? I want to also become financially free. You know what I say to people? Start with a freaking book. Start with a book. Read a book. And people are like, really? A book? Yes. Listen, if you can't master the small things, there's no way you'll master the big things. So my friends, another words of wisdom with Arnon. I want to wish you an amazing week. Stay in your power. Stay passionate. And if you have any questions about my Business Owners Masterclass that is happening very soon, drop me a DM and I'll be happy to give you more details. Until next week, stay strong. See you guys soon. Ciao.